Nothing.
Oh, there it goes.
There it goes.
And it's saying shifting.
Shifting, laser shifting. I like it. You said all of this is transferable to a Hellcat Charger.
Yep.
Hypothetically speaking, not saying that, you know, not. Yeah.
We'll probably do maybe 2 somewhere behind the grill, in the
Sure.
grill if we can, maybe down low.
Yeah.
And then we'll do maybe centered, something like that.
Very
if you wanna
nice.
Go 5.
All right, guys. So clearly that's my car there. This right here is a special BMW. What makes this BMW so special?
It's a 2023 BMW M550Xi, you know, all the digits.
All that, yeah.
And this one's got a full radar detector system and speeding countermeasure system.
Speeding countermeasure system.
That's the way the manufacturer says it.
That's the way the manufacturer say it. But the internet says
Laser jammer.
Laser jammer. Got a whole laser jamming,
So
aka what was the official title that you used?
Speeding countermeasure.
Speeding countermeasure.
So this one's a full integrated system. So
Yes.
real quick, as you know, a lot of the radar detectors, they're up on a dash, right?
Just like mine, yeah. Mine is up on the
No
dash.
window or anything like that. So
Yeah.
you can see there's nothing on the windshield.
Nothing on the windshield, nothing hanging down, nothing on top of the dashboard.
This one's a full CI system, so it's custom integrated, or
Gotcha.
in this case, semi-custom.
Sure.
So we got a radar receiver behind the bumper. So you
Behind the
don't see
bumper,
it.
which cannot be seen at all.
Front and rear on this particular one.
Front and rear.
Front and rear protection. And then notice the pods there on the bottom.
Yeah.
They kind of look like parking sensors.
Yeah.
So those there are the laser receiver and diffuser, jammer, shifters,
Gotcha.
whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Because when the cops get you, they're normally aiming for the grill or the headlights, correct?
Headlight usually, then center mass. License plate, if you have it, that's usually a good target for a lot of them.
Gotcha.
Obviously, we don't have front license plates here in North Carolina.
Sure, sure. So it makes sense that these sensors or whatever have to be put up front.
They have to be visible to the front. They have to have a clear line of sight forward.
Sure.
They are receiver transmitter combo.
Okay.
So what ends up happening is when the laser, we can demo it too.
Oh, yeah.
When the laser gets shot, they're aiming for the headlight, bumper, wherever they're aiming for.
Okay.
The receiver sees it,
Yeah.
determines what kind of gun it is, what frequency and all that, and
Sure.
it sends out its appropriate shifting.
Mm.
And then we got it in the rear too, so we have a little bit of protection in the rear.
So we've got front and rear protection.
Yeah.
So if a cop gets behind you and start, you know.
So laser is only when they're standing still.
Gotcha.
They can't do it while they're moving. Glass has to be down, that sort of thing.
I did not know that.
But as you noticed when we were just doing the
Sure.
test here, it's instant.
Sure.
So as soon as your radar detector lets you know,
Yeah.
they already got you.
They already got you. So the radar detector is basically useless because
And that
it'll let you know, but
It's still obviously radar that's being used.
sure.
Inclement weather, whether they're using it
Sure.
in the car, they're sitting on the side of the road, no
Gotcha.
laser or anything like that.
Okay, so boom, this is coming down the road. It's on the highway. It's doing, let's say 70 or let's say 90 and a 70. Clearly speeding.
Yes.
Got a state trooper hid out in the bushes, similar to where that Ford Explorer or Ford truck is, F-150.
Yep.
He's doing 90, speed limit 70. What does the state trooper see?
It's going to see error. He didn't get a lot.
It's going to get an error message?
Yep. And what we do, we don't want to do what we call jam to gun.
Sure.
We don't want it constantly jamming all laser all the time.
Sure.
It's just enough to give you a warning and enough time
For you to slow down.
Slow down and go and allow him to get your speed.
Gotcha.
So if you're 1,000 feet whatever away,
Yeah.
and it starts going off and it says laser, and it'll say laser shifting.
Sure.
And what it's going to do is it gives you, we set it up for about 4 to 6 seconds. It's all preference really, but
Gotcha.
by default I usually leave it about 4 seconds.
Sure.
And that gives you 4 seconds
To slow down.
To slow down, get your speed limit. It'll turn off, and
Yeah.
then he can get your speed and be like, oh, okay.
Gotcha. Because if you set it for fucking 10 seconds, then he would know something's up.
More than likely, or just as I said, jam the gun constantly.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, I know I should have gotten
Yeah,
over here
I
to
pointed
here, I should
clear-
have gotten a speed
Sure.
by now. So
But it got to be something on this car.
correct. And then
Gotcha.
they're gonna be like, what's up?
Gotcha. But of course, because it's integrated,
If you got pulled over, they're realistically not going to know unless they're really, really looking for it.
and they would have to, at that point, tear your car apart and all that stuff.
Yeah, there's
which
nothing
isn't
on
gonna
here
happen.
that shows radar detector.
There's absolutely nothing on this BMW that says radar detector, jammer, anything. And you can set the intervals from 4 to 6 seconds. So that can give you 6 seconds to slow down, 4 seconds, 2 seconds.
By default, depending on, obviously there's different states with different laws. You can do it receive only, so
Sure.
it just warns you just like everything else.
Oh, gotcha.
We can shift from 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, or it does still give us jam to gun, which is never a good practice.
So he does have that option with this system,
Yes.
jam to gun.
Yes.
But it would be at his discretion whether or not he would want to do it.
Correct. And more than likely, you're going to get pulled over because at that point they know something's up.
They know something's up.
If they're seeing you go 90, they can still clock you with a stopwatch and distance and all that.
Sure.
Then go see what's up.
So in the state of North Carolina, what are our laws as it pertains to this particular device?
North Carolina, shifting is completely legal. You don't have anything against it.
Okay.
I believe, and don't quote me on this, South Carolina, Virginia, we already know radar detectors aren't great.
Yeah,
there.
Virginia,
Usually
yeah.
it's the same thing.
Sure.
There's like, I think Texas, 4 or 5 other states, something like that. It's not
Gotcha.
huge.
But North Carolina is perfectly legal.
Yep.
So what
As of
about the... Okay, as of right now, yeah. So what happens with the other frequencies? KA, K-band, X-band, I'm sure those are archaic or whatever, but does it have the same effect on those as well?
It will not jam radar. Radar is federally illegal to jam.
Gotcha.
So it still
and
gives
that's
you the same-
illegal countrywide.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's very illegal.
Gotcha.
Very, very illegal.
Gotcha.
So basically, you still get your KA notifications and all that.
Sure.
It's a little bit more sensitive than your dash mounts.
Gotcha.
So the receiver is way up in front of the grill here.
Sure.
You don't have a windshield blocking it or anything like that. You have it out back, so you don't have your rear seats blocking it or anything like that. So when this one's done, it's set up for the most common types of radar that's used by police.
Sure.
They're
Laser, KA. Well, laser is something different.
laser is
KA.
different. KA,
K-band.
K-band's realistically only used in like 2 states, I believe, Ohio and New Jersey.
New Jersey.
So depending on when we talk to the customer, drop it off, we finish up the settings, we may or may not disable K-band altogether.
Gotcha.
If he's never in.
Because that's just going to give him false.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So if he does a lot of driving in Virginia, we'll leave K-band on. Not Virginia, I'm sorry. New Jersey.
New Jersey, yeah.
We'll leave K-band on.
Sure.
And then KA, there's also filterings.
Sure.
Similar to what you have on most radar detectors as well.
Sure.
And then Escort does full updates and everything on it.
Gotcha.
So anytime there's a new gun that they test and they figure out what the frequency or the algorithm is for it, they push it out as soon as they can.
That's cool.
And then that's
Damn.
all Wi-Fi updatable, so you can put it on your home Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And, when you drive, get
Yeah.
home, start up in the day, it'll search for an update, and you can choose to update it at that time.
So as police departments are updating their system, so is Escort.
Correct.
Sensors up front.
Yep.
Is there anything on the inside that would indicate something's there?
If you look hard enough, yes. We obviously need a way to control and display it.
Sure.
Let's see if we can hop in here and not block your view. And I know. You want to hit the? Can you reach the mic real quick? Just turn that on. So give it a second to power up. Here's the display right up here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's got wolf box. Okay, I knew that sounded familiar.
He wanted a dash camera so he gets some video while he's driving as
Nice.
well. So when you got a laser or a radar hit, it'll also display up here what frequency and what it's
Gotcha.
doing. This is what right in here is when the laser shift happens. It'll tell you on here and give you a countdown.
Sure.
And then if you ever need to mute it or anything, it's right here at your fingertips on this particular one. So we can mute it, change the volume, power it on or off, brightness, mark a spot, sensitivity, change from highway to all that.
Very nice. Very nice. I like this. I've seen the 360C.
Yeah, I believe the 360C is the dash mount one.
Gotcha.
CI is the custom integration.
Gotcha, custom integration. Okay. And how much would a system like this run? Because you can get a cheap radar for $200-300 or so. I'm assuming this is going to be a little bit more.
It's a lot bit more. Obviously, we essentially have 2 systems. We got the radar, we got the laser.
Sure.
Those can be integrated both together or separately.
Gotcha. So you can just have the radar.
Correct. Or just the laser.
Or just the laser.
Like if you want, I just had their dash mount already or something like that.
Gotcha.
There's tons of different ways you can outfit this. Labor is going to change depending on how custom we want to go with the integration, as well as all that. This particular system, the parts are right around $4,800.
$4,800, and that's just for the parts.
Yes.
That's not installation labor or anything like that.
No, sir.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, it depends on what type of driver you are, I guess. If you've got a heavy foot, then this could actually, you know, I would assume save you some money, save you some, you know, interactions with the police. I like it. You said all of this is transferable to a Hellcat Charger.
Yep.
Hypothetically speaking, not saying that, you know, not saying that there's a Hellcat that I happen to know of that may need a system like this, but we could do it if we wanted to.
Yes, sir.
In the state of North Carolina.
Yep.
Okay. That's good to know. That is good to know. A Charger here. Just randomly have a Hellcat Charger here. Not sure whose car this is. If we were to put it on this, what would the construction look like as far as the front is concerned?
It depends how crazy and how worried we are in the front here. We could do 5 sensors up front if we don't care about the back. We can put all of them up front here, give us the best possible coverage on this one.
Sure, so we could literally just go.
We would probably do something similar to ones out under where fog lights would be.
Yeah.
We'll probably do maybe 2 somewhere behind the grill, in
Sure.
the grill if we can, maybe down low.
Yeah.
And then we'll do maybe centered, something like that.
Very
if you
nice.
want to go 5.
Gotcha.
Maybe you wouldn't have any protection in the rear if you're worried about that. But this
Okay.
being a wider vehicle than that BMW,
Yeah.
probably worth doing
5.
more up front than the back.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
And then we already got that nice little plate in the center there. We can just build everything right into there.
Yeah.
Right where your base knob and everything is, you'll have like a aftermarket control center.
Gotcha. So you're talking about, just for the viewers' purposes, got a whole bunch of stuff
I mean,
here.
obviously we can do whatever or wherever we need to. You're good.
Yeah.
We could build it into this plate that we already made. So you would
Nice.
have like it's a little bit wider, so we may have to angle it one way and
Sure.
move this around. We could put it there. We could put it up top like we did on his.
Yeah.
We could cut it into a panel so it's all super flush.
Sure.
It just depends on where hypothetically we would want to put it.
And we're just talking about the controls.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So that those buttons
Yeah.
as well as the display, we just got to figure out where we want to put them.
Sure.
We can also put them inside behind the mirror. We wouldn't be able to do it because you have the wolf box on this one. But
Sure.
like on his, like if he has it too.
Yeah.
In the event like you had just the factory mirror, you can actually put the display inside the mirror.
Nice.
So when it's on, it reflects back out through the mirror. And then
Gotcha.
you just have the display control center here or up on the dash, wherever is most convenient.
Very nice. Okay. So if you happen to watch this channel and you drive a Scat Pack or a Hellcat Charger Challenger of some sort, and maybe you want the integrated system as opposed to, you know, having it up here all the time, and then of course what's it called again? It's not a laser jammer because that's a street term.
Laser shift. They call them shifters.
Shifters.
They call it a
Speeding countermeasures. Speeding countermeasures. If you want to install speeding countermeasures on your car as well, it is possible on a Mopar.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Suicide bomber here.
Exactly.
Battery took a decided to die on me, so I had to rig something up for testing. So
That's how you know this man is legit right here. Oh, you definitely want to put that in reverse.
I think it might have auto braked.
So what radar laser gun are we using here?
This is the Pro Laser 3. It's
Sure.
just what I have for testing.
Sure.
I'm guessing hundreds of them out there.
Sure.
But it's enough for me to test and kind of show what it's like when it does the shifting and everything.
Gotcha.
I don't know if we can see inside the sight there, but when you
Yes.
press it,
Speed and range.
yeah, it should come back speed and range, and then in here it'll give us the mile per hour as well.
Gotcha.
Whether or not we're getting an error. So we're just gonna go over the corner here.
Gotcha. And that's where they should get an error. It should
Yep.
literally say error or
It
whatever.
won't say error here, it just won't return anything. Up here it'll just give us like 4 little dots on this particular one.
Gotcha. Got the BMW down there.
And then get some speed because he does have to go a certain speed there. Nothing.
Nothing.
Tire way.
The entire way, nothing. Nothing. And you heard that car moving. Yeah.
So at the way they're normally set,
Yeah.
4 to 6 seconds depending on area and driving habits.
Sure.
Then it'll automatically turn itself off. So they'll give you enough time to slow down.
Yeah.
And then
Then the officer will be able to read your speed
Read your
so that
legal
it's not
speed limit, yeah.
suspicious. Gotcha. All right, so now we're inside of this. This is a 23 BMW.
Yes, sir.
M something 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 850.
M550 XI AB, something like that.
Exactly. And people talk about Dodge like our, you know, trims are hard to remember, and it's fucking BMW. All right,
They just have a bunch of. So he's already shooting us.
He's already shooting us, and that's what you would hear.
Well, we haven't gone fast enough to turn on the jammer yet.
Got
so.
you. But it does say laser up here, and it lets you know that it is a laser code.
So give it a second here. So let's see if he's gonna do it right. So we need to be up at speed first. So.
Yeah.
I don't think he got us.
I don't think it did it.
Oh, there it goes.
There it goes.
And it's saying shifting.
Shifting. Laser shifting. Nice.
And we're gonna go see if he got us. Come back with anything?
That's it.
Never gave us speed.
Never
or anything
gave her
like that?
speed, range, nothing.
Perfect.
It works. All right, so you said that this system pairs with a app on your phone as well,
It is
similar to
the
Drone Mobile.
Drive Smarter.
Drive Smarter.
Give me a second. Yep, Drive Smarter app.
Mm-hmm.
It looks actually quite similar to Waze. So
Sure.
obviously there's nowhere where we're here, so we can't really see it.
Gotcha.
But basically, the systems will all kind of talk together when everyone's using the app.
Sure.
So let's say this guy's driving down the road a few miles ahead of you,
Yeah.
and he gets a laser ping.
Okay.
And you're using the same app with your radar detector a few miles back. In theory, it's going to let you know that, hey, there's a speed trap up ahead, slow down now, before you even need the system.
Before you even need the system.
And then for some odd reason, there's still a delay, then you have all the countermeasures to
Sure.
protect yourself.
Because it's a cloud-based service, right? So all of the updates, all of that stuff is in the database, and it gets fed to your car.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And then it'll be up on, if you're using the app, it's CarPlay and Android Auto compatible.
Sure.
So it'll display on the screen for you.
Very nice.
And when you get a laser hit, radar hit, it also pops up on the screen.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. And I just want to reiterate, you mentioned
There's more
radar.
Those are the ones I know off the top of my head.
Sure, radar jamming is illegal nationwide.
Correct.
And that's not what the premise of this video is about.
Correct.
We're talking about laser.
Laser only.
Are most departments at this point using laser exclusively?
It all depends. They're never going to purely rely on laser
Sure.
because you can't use it in inclement weather.
Sure.
When the cop is using it from the car, the windows have to be down. It'll see the
His
glass.
window has to be
His
down.
window has to be down.
Sure.
So obviously, if it's downpouring rain,
Yeah.
they're not going to want that window open getting soaked, especially
Makes
with
sense.
whatever a new one of these costs.
Sure.
So at that point, they'll be using radar.
They'll be using radar. Gotcha. Is it more accurate than radar?
Is this?
Yeah,
This is instant.
laser.
So the second you got your notification, we're
Yeah.
testing out with your
Yeah.
system.
You got me.
I already got you.
Already got you. Gotcha.
And that's where the countermeasure is nice. So it gives you that delay
Sure.
and allows you to slow down.
Good stuff. Well, there you go, guys. Whole video. Check it out. See you guys in the next one.